So, the script worked out pretty well last weekend, better than expected probably. What kind of script are you looking for this weekend?
Well, I don't know that I wrote a script. I think midway during, going into the last day, I said I couldn't have written the script better. I think the athletes said it really well. We're really just trying to stay in our routine. I've been talking for weeks about a one-game season. That hasn't changed. We're playing one-game seasons. We're really trying to stay in the moment. We're really trying to win pitch to pitch. I think that when the higher you get on the mountain, and there's 16 teams left playing in the country, and the higher you get on that mountain, the more you have to really shrink it down and really stay bite-sized, and that's really our focus, because this is a lot. It's great and it's wonderful, but they have to get back to what really matters is, can I execute this pitch at a high level? And so that's what we're really trying to do within our own circle. So what is our script? Our script is to do that, to win pitch by pitch and let the chips fall where they may.
What are your thoughts on the rematch with Tennessee?
Yeah, it just feels like so long ago. In fact, I was thinking about last night. It's been over 3 months since we faced them. And I was thinking about how I felt that night, and I don't know how the players felt that night. I know you're excited to start the season, but I thought that night showed us at that time with the new collection, 3 new infielders, a lot of new people on the team, 10 new faces altogether, that we can compete, and we can compete with anybody in the country. And we've been marching towards that. We've stubbed our toes along the way, but like I've said all along, I'm not considering anything that we've done this year as a loss. I'm considering it as a learn, and that really comes because of our players and their attitude and their behavior and their want to be really good. So when they want that and they work for that, it's always a learn. It's not a loss.
So Jordy pitched that game. She hit a homer. After that game, did you say she's back?
Oh, I already knew she was a hitter. I mean, I've been asked that question so many times. It's like, I could have told you her freshman year in high school that she was this kind of offensive player. I mean, I've just been watching her for so long, and she's been every bit as an offensive player. I mean, if she never would have pitched, she probably could have been an All-American second baseman with hitting like this, or wherever she played. I mean, she's just really a good athlete. But what I was, just personal, just little things that matter. She's hit her only home run. She's done a lot at her previous school, of course, but she's only hit home runs at Nebraska. Mm-hmm. So that feels good.
I guess what I was getting at though was that that was her first outing since that Washington game the year before. So I mean, did that tell you, all right, this is her? Yeah,
it was the first outing that the rest of the softball world saw, but we'd been watching her in practice and against our hitters, so it was just continuation of that.
Expect a lot of eyeballs on this match, of people interested to see Jordy and Carlin Pickens, but just when they tune in, what do you hope that folks see and recognize about this Nebraska team?
Well, I'll tell you, after the weekend and getting a lot of text messages from people that I know really well and then some that I just know not as well, what I've enjoyed, the message that I enjoy the most is that your team seems to really have good chemistry and good culture, and they really like playing with one another. And as a coach, if you're in it, the wins are nice. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be here if we weren't winning, but there's so many other things that just bring you, I use the word joy a lot, I've used it all year, that just bring you joy. And it's when, I talked about, somebody asked me before the season started, what would indicate a great season for you? And I'm going to tell you that right now, what would indicate a great season for us is that they don't want to take this jersey off. Where that finishes, I don't know. But because if you don't want to take the jersey off, it's about a feeling, not about a score. And when you do that, it's really, really special. And when you have that really special feeling, that's what keeps driving you. And that's what you keep coming back to.
As a follow-up to that, ESPN's taking the A-team there. You're getting Holly Rowe, Jessica Mendoza on the commentary. How do you keep the team focused and not all this outside noise?
They have been pros so far, and I expect them to continue to be pros. And we started talking when we went to the Mary Nutter in Cathedral City. I think it was week 3. ESPN was there, and they were doing preview stuff. And we started talking probably then about the outside noise, and that there are going to be a lot of distractions. And of course, people, media, we're grateful that they want to know things about Nebraska softball, but, you know, we can be in the moment with you all right now, but then when the lights are off, we're going back to being together as a team and just trying to compartmentalize that. And I think that that's really important, and it's a really important life lesson for them to learn. And you know, I even asked the crew, we all did a Zoom yesterday, a lot of players and then myself with that ESPN crew, and I said, wow, we get this team, and they're like, we picked this regional, so I'm sure they picked it for the pitching matchup, I'm guessing.
With that, I mean, just how have you been preparing the team for Carlin Pickens in your scout and game plan?
Well, you see these lights aren't all the way on? That's on purpose. We've been hitting 75 without all the lights on. Huh, right? And I just told our hitting coach, you know they're gonna ask me why the lights aren't on up there, but the lights aren't on because you have to really drill down at your vision. And our game got moved to 7 o'clock. And so we did that the first time we played her because we knew we were playing a night game. And you just look for any edge you can. I mean, we've been overtraining velocity. We've been overtraining. I mean, she throws, she's the hardest thrower in the country, and we've been overtraining velocity. And we're trying to make little tweaks. We have kind of plan A, plan B, plan C, that we can make some adjustments physically so we can be on time with 75, 76, 77.
Is that an old coaching trick or something you just came up
Well,
with?
we're all old coaches, so we're going to call it an old coaching trick because Liv Farrell didn't think of it.
What's your message for Husker Nation?
We just are grateful for Husker Nation. I mean, I just, you know, it's not even a message to Husker Nation other than anytime the Huskers, I don't care what sport you're playing, can excite a crowd and give them something to cheer about, it, you know, being the one that's, you know, going to have to perform, you just need to know we take it really personally. We feel a real responsibility, and we want to help you enjoy being a Husker fan.
For the bottom half of the order, how crucial was it for Abby Squire to get her hitting eye back, take left field back again?
Yeah, you know, I think that's been one of the stories of our year is that our lineup at different parts of the year, they've all come through. I mean, I don't think that we have a weak link in our lineup. I mean, you go through a long season and people, you know, take dips and dives, but I mean, that's been one of the storylines is that we hit up and down our lineup. And if you look, I mean, Nate would know this because he keeps the scorebook. A lot of the year, I mean, our number 8 hole could have been our 4 hole, and we just have interchanged. And I've done that, you know, sometimes when you know somebody's not seeing the ball well, you try to put them down the lineup, maybe they'll get a better pitch. Sometimes it's a matchup, you know, somebody hits a drop ball better than a rise ball, you know, you do different things. So I think our lineup, the fact that there's really no rest for the defensive team or the pitching team, you know, when they're going against our lineup, I think you're challenged the whole way through.
As someone who has known Jordy for a long time and watched her through high school and at Oklahoma, how special has it been for you to watch her do all of these incredible things in a Husker jersey?
You know, selfishly, it's just really special to spend time with Jordy. And I love our talks. I love our time. You know, it's not always about softball. She's a really thoughtful and reflective person. Sometimes it's about softball stuff, sometimes it's not. What I enjoy most right now for her is when I see pictures. You know, I don't notice it so much in the heat of the battle because we're in the heat of the battle together, but when I see pictures from the heat of the battle, they're just, her eyes look happy, and I like that. I like that for her.
Reaction to her being a finalist for Player of the Year?
Yes, you know, I know where my book goes. I just think she's, well, there are a lot of wonderful players out there, and the 3 finalists, anyone could make a case for why they should be. I just think Jordy's done so much on both sides of the ball. She's impacted the game in so many ways this year, and you know, she's one stolen base away from double digits in stolen bases, for crying out loud. What kind of coach is going to run your pitcher? I need to talk to her.
Last week when you were here, you got a bit emotional just talking about the team and the chemistry. And then after you guys won in Louisiana, where you saw the Gatorade bath and everything, what were those feelings like for you to see this team come together and celebrate their victories?
Yeah, well, those kind of baths are your favorite baths, right? Because of what they represent. Not because, again, not necessarily because you win, just because what they represent. They're more about, hey, we've worked really hard and we accomplished something really special together. And this team's really they are joyful to coach, and that's why I don't want the season to end. I just enjoy being around them. I mean, I just want it to, continue on, and so, and I just hope that everybody can feel that and see that when they're calling the game. I mean, I don't know if you guys listen to Nate or listen to some of his sound bites. I mean, you think he's gonna, throw a tonsil because I think he can feel it too, and he's trying to tell it in his way, and you even hear the passion. He's always passionate, but I think anybody that's around our program, it's palpable that this team's loyalty to Nebraska, their desire to want to have Nebraska be good, but also to one another.
Anything else?